Hey guys, what's up? My name is Anthony and welcome to another edition of BnA Sports Talk. So today I really want to talk about the Patriots. Is their dynasty over? I've made a couple of videos in the past explaining Tom Brady, how his stats are declining and how this could be the last year of the Patriots and different signs like that over the past couple of weeks. But I really want to talk about their draft and how they did. So a main change I've seen with the Patriots is a lot of teams aren't going to do them favors. You know, you had the Rams that they pretty much heavily traded with. I think they, out of the 2 out of their 4 overall draft day trades that were, I think it was either tied the best or it was the most out of any other team. There are not a lot of teams that are going to want to do business with the Patriots anymore. And that's because a lot of them have gotten burned and they know the Patriots. Like, if they want our player, there's something special with them. And this started with the Odell thing when Dave Gettleman did not want to deal Odell to the Patriots because, like, oh my God, if they get, especially if they see something in him and that we don't, that'd be like insane and we get grilled for it. And plus, it's the Patriots. It's like the Patriots, if they see something, there's something, and they realize, you know what, let's just give it up and let's move on from Odell. So I've seen a trend with that. So no one's going to do the Patriots any favors. Tom Brady's going to turn 42, and as hard as it is to say, Tom Brady has had a statistical decline over the past couple years. Every quarterback's pretty much stats went up last year. You had quarterbacks like Andy Dalton who actually played pretty well. Eli Manning. You look, even like mediocre quarterbacks had pretty good statistical seasons. Like people like Matt Stafford had lower season. That's because I think their offensive fit. But Tom Brady, nothing much changed, and I think they got a little better from the previous year. They didn't get any worse, I can tell you that much. Gronk was still on and off injuries. So you had Julian Edelman, you had Chris Hogan. You had your weapons. You didn't lose much. You didn't lose like the whole everything, you know. But Tom Brady relied on Rob Gronkowski. Now, who is he going to throw to this year? They brought in N'Keal Harry, who's a good guy. Apparently, Herm Edwards at Arizona State said, you know, just pick him. He's a good guy. You look up and down, their offensive line should be good. I don't think Tom Brady's going to be fed to the Wolves. You got Trent Brown left, but he was never great. You didn't flip him for anything, but the Oakland Raiders, I think, vastly overpaid for him. And I think your offensive line's going to be good, but yeah, it's Sony Michel at running back. Cordell Patterson, Chris Hogan's gone. Danny Amendola isn't there anymore. He's been gone. And Tom Brady doesn't really have a supporting cast, and a lot of it's really young. This year, it's really young. I think they're even more vulnerable this year, even though they had more draft picks. Usually in the Bill Belichick system, it takes a while to develop these guys. You know, these guys, you know, coming out of high school, like Julian Edelman was a quarterback, or Danny Amendola, one of them was a quarterback. You know, it takes years to develop them. So the Patriots are really vulnerable this year. You have Stephen Gilmore, who's returning, and Trey Flowers left, who's a major loss. But I think you addressed everything as far as like corners. You got a linebacker in Chase Winovich early. You got a backup quarterback in Jarrett Stidham. This team, I think, is going into the next era with team without Tom Brady. And it's shown. I think it's shown with their moves this season. They had 12 draft picks. They didn't trade up. They didn't trade up and try to get all these good players, like elite players to win now. No, they're thinking of a long-term future, a future without Tom Brady. The Jarrett Stidham guy, he's really smart. He's out of the SEC. He's out of Auburn. Kind of like Daniel Jones. He's like a Daniel Jones light. He's a little worse than Daniel Jones. He's not much worse than Daniel Jones. I think he'll work. He has enough time under Tom Brady not to be rushed. You know, New England's not going to rush to Jarrett Stidham. Tom Brady can be relaxed. And eventually, in a couple years, when Jarrett Stidham returns or changes from his college offense to a more pro-ready offense, I think Jarrett will be a pretty successful quarterback in the NFL. I'm not sure. Well, he's a 5th-round pick, so you're definitely not sure. Now, another reason why I think the Patriots collapse, or whatever you want to call it, is on the way, is because they picked Demaryius Thomas. Now, why would you pick a guy like this? They got him for a 4th-rounder. They got him for a pretty good deal, but that's what the Patriots do, you could say. But that's pretty desperate. And also the Josh Gordon thing, is it me, or it seems that they're kind of desperate with this guy? You know, you're giving him a 2nd, 3rd chance. You know, the Chiefs are in a spoil of riches right now. They're the one with you're like, okay, we're going to get rid of Tyreek Hill. We're going to get rid of Kareem Hunt. We're in a good position now. We have a future quarterback. That's not what you do if you think that you have a lot of years left. Get a guy, Demaryius Thomas. That's a 1-2 year fix. They're looking for guys to be like their new Denny Amendola. The new guy is just like, oh, where did this guy come from? You knew. I forgot the guy's first name, but his name was Gray. A couple years ago, he just came in and one game he scored 3 touchdowns. Like, what the hell is that? All of these guys are coming in on offense. They're trying to just, one guy. All it takes is 1 or 2 guys to click, and all of a sudden that's great. I said, you get your value out of these guys in the late rounds. There's going to be an Antonio Brown there that develops. When was the last time you heard of like a guy in the 6th round that ended up being a good cornerback? No, these guys have good skill based on, you look at them. The Seahawks, those guys are built in the 3rd and 4th. There are rarely any 5th, 6th, 7th undrafted guys that are really good on defense, and the Patriots know that. Patriots don't play well against bad teams with experience and teams that know the Patriots playbook. You had the Titans last year they lost to. Bill Belichick disciple as head coach. Then you also had the Lions, Matt Patricia. They lost to them, got blown out. Right after the Lions got blown up by the Jets. You had a feeling, hey, like there's something about Patriots playing. Guys used to have play for the Patriots. And yeah, they used to coach for the Patriots. They have success. So now let's look at their schedule, which is actually the 2nd easiest as far as like win-loss percentage from compared to last season out of anybody. Last year they really surged towards the end of the season, and that's really the story of their season. They start off a little shaky, then they go on a huge win streak, and then they maybe have like a fluke loss at the end of the season, then they refocus to the playoffs. So you start off against the Steelers. Now, I'm going to rank these games like winnable, losable, and then they're definitely going to lose and they're definitely going to win. And there are rarely any definite losses or wins, as is with the normal schedule, but especially with the Patriots. So, here we go. So, starting off with the Steelers, this is a losable game. You're going to have, starting the regular season, I think it's going to be even worse with all these rookies since they have 12 draft picks and plus a couple last year they didn't play. So, I think they're going to come up to a little shaky start. The first game is big, and you have Ben wanting to prove something. He just signed to a $30 million a year contract, so I think the Patriots are going to win that one. Then you have at Miami. You know what Ryan Fitzpatrick does in the beginning of the season, right? I'm not sure who the quarterback is going to be. I'd give the Patriots a better chance with Josh Rosen at the helm, because Josh Rosen is inexperienced in that offense, and he's basically a rookie right now. And, but I think the first 2 games are very losable for the Patriots. Next, we have the Jets. Now, both teams are going to be kind of young. The Jets are going to be coming into form a little bit, I think. And the Jets are going to want to prove something, along with the Bills is next week. But I think they lose one of these games, especially at Buffalo. Tom Brady usually has his success at Buffalo. But I think, it's going to be Josh Allen's game to prove. Is he an elite quarterback? Can he officially take over the team? You're going to have Ed Oliver. He's protected more. He has a few more weapons. So I think they lose one of these games. I think they start off 2-2 in the month of September. And yeah, so next you have at the Washington Redskins. I think this is a definite win because at this point I think Dwayne Haskins is going to be starting. He's going to be figuring things out. This is going to be a blowout win by the Patriots. And then next I have the Giants. Non-Tom Coughlin Giants. I lean towards the Patriots, but you never know the Giants. Eli Manning might want to pull something up his sleeve, and he might perform in a big game like this. Next, at New York Jets. Again, same thing as before. Adam Gase has Bill Belichick's number. They played a couple tight games at Miami. And plus, in Miami, I forgot to mention Brian Flores. That's, ex-Bill Belichick guy. So, both games are going to be tight. I say within the division, they can go 3-3 this year. And that's the division is usually where they had a guaranteed 5 wins, and that's not going to happen this year. Next, you have the Browns. I think they should destroy the Browns. Tom Brady is just going to make them, it's just going to make them suffer. And he usually plays well against these type of teams. This is a game that Tom Brady will not lose. Next, you have at Baltimore. You have Lamar Jackson there. But Ravens defense, the Ravens have been known to play Tom Brady pretty tight. This is a new regime and a new defense. Eric Weddle is gone. Earl Thomas is there, though. And so Terrell Suggs is gone, too. So it's a new era of, Baltimore's defense. So we'll see what happens. I think the Patriots should win this, but you never know. It's a primetime game, too. So I think the Patriots will be. This is where the Patriots season is going to change, I believe. They're going to be 5-4, 4-5 heading into their bye week. And this is where everything's going to change, because this is perfect time for Tom Brady to rest. This is where he gains his advantage over the rest of his competition. This is a perfect time for the Patriots to have their bye week. So then you look at Philadelphia. The Patriots are a good coach team, so they should come off strong against Philadelphia. Carson Wentz depends on his health. I think the Philadelphia Eagles made some good moves this offseason, but Philadelphia's defense, can't really trust it, and Carson Wentz is no Nick Foles, at least we don't think right now. Next, Dallas Cowboys at home. That's a big game. I think they should win that one. At Houston Texans, I don't think Houston has improved this year, so I think they go 3-0 or 2-1 at the end of the bye. So they're going to be sitting at 8-4. Then all they have to do is survive against the Chiefs, which I'm not sure they will, but the Chiefs are definitely weaker than last year. And then look at that. You have the Bengals, and then two games in division that are, winnable. So you're going to be 8-4, 7-5 going into week 14. And then you're probably going to be 3-1 out of the rest of the game. So I have them at around 10-6. As far as teams that can compete with them, I think the Bills, if you look at the Bills and the Jets, these are two teams that are going to be able to compete. Miami Dolphins just don't have a good enough roster yet. So let's look at the games. I think Buffalo has a better start than the Jets. I think the Jets are going to struggle going into the season, and they're never going to really recover from that. They're going to have a late surge towards the end of the year, but if any team that can go neck and neck with the Patriots, I think it's the Bills, especially if they make that statement earlier in the league. I don't think the Jets will be able to win that game. I think the Bills have a better chance, especially since they're at home. If you make that statement, it'll boost their confidence and for the rest of the season. Bills might be able to sneak into a wild card this year, like 9-7, maybe even 10-6. But at the end of the day, the Patriots are going to find a way to win this division, but it's going to be much tougher than it was last year. And I'm not just saying that because I'm trying to predict the end of Tom Brady's reign. I've laid out some details on why I think this. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a like rating. How many wins do the Patriots have? Can an AFC East team make the playoffs like the Buffalo Bills did last season, as sneaking as a wild card? Can they challenge Tom Brady? If so, which team will? I'm looking forward to your input. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.